In this house, anytime we open a cork, that's like an important thing. We write on it. We sign it and write what it was.
Okay.
He's done that. We did that on the first recording.
I didn't want to.
He already
I
did
was
that with us.
I was just saying for the pod, in case anyone wants to start signing their corks to remember them. I think that's a cool idea.
I didn't want to correct her.
Well, that's good because I was just talking to the abyss.
She doesn't know who to talk about first.
I'm
She doesn't know which one to introduce first.
sorry guys. I was like trying to remember my monologue by heart, but wasn't happening. All right, let's do this one more time. You're listening to Short But Not So Sweet. Thank you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. With me, I have some of my favorite people. I have my producer, the right brain of this project,
Hello.
Richard.
How you doing?
You have to wait until I say Richard say what's up.
Oh.
Richard
Okay.
say what's up.
What's up?
I have my brilliant sister, who is probably the only person. I was thinking about this last night. You're probably the only person I'm actually scared of. But
I love that.
I know you do. All right, what's up? I have my brilliant sister, Christina. Christina? Go ahead and say what's up.
What's up, folks?
Yeah, I am your left brain and unapologetic host, Vix. I'm only here to offer perspective. You can take it or you can leave it. But I said what I said. That's about it. All right, y'all. How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah?
Going good.
Yeah, it's going pretty good.
There's a lot going on this week, and I just feel like to ask you guys how it's going is redundant and annoying. I don't know if annoying is the right word, but just like, ugh, bitch, you know how I'm doing. Have you read the news? That type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so this is our first recording episode in 2021 because the last week we recorded that in the middle of December. So welcome to 2021, y'all.
Yeah.
We are 9 days in.
Did that reverb thing throw you off?
No, I liked it. I thought that was cool. Yeah. Anything that makes me sound more powerful sounds good. All right. Let's do the high and low for the week. And let me preface this by saying there was a lot of lows this week and a lot of deep lows. I know a lot of people who are really dealing with probably the hardest shit ever. I've seen a lot of loss this week for people around me. It's insane what this week has brought us, and I don't want to jinx it. And by saying the first week of the year is how the rest of the year is going to go, I'm still pretty hopeful and optimistic. But yeah, what is a high? I have my high this week was catching a vibe in the car. You know when you're like riding, you got a good playlist, you're feeling good, the sun is going down, and you just catch a vibe. I caught a couple of those this week, and it feels good. And I'm learning to enjoy the small things in life because, that's quarantine. And catching a vibe in the car was a high, and it was nice. It was a nice break from the literal chaos of this week. Not in my own life, but in the world, which I don't know what's worse. What about you guys? What are your highs?
I would say my high for this week, I usually love a good car ride too.
Yeah, we love car rides.
You know I have my routes that I take consistently for my little rides, but this week I did a lot of walking. It was really nice. It was like I'm sure it's like the similar feeling you had, but just with my legs instead of with my gas pedal. So that felt good. That would be my high.
I'm really proud of you because that's something you want to do this week, and you did it every day.
I did do it every day.
We got up at 7 or 6:30 a.m. this morning to take a long walk, and it feels good. It's nice to be outside. If you haven't gone outside, please go outside.
Yeah, usually in the winter too. I don't work out. I just let it
Yeah,
all
please.
hang out.
Excuse
So
me.
that's a good change.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels like a right move for 2021. Rashard, you got a high? Please tell me you got a high.
I don't. I mean, no. I don't have a low. So things have just been.
What do you mean you don't have a? I mean, you have a low.
Not this week. I've been straight.
Maybe not a person. I'm talking about like capital Siege. Having to witness that was a pretty low for everybody.
That was a low.
That was a
Sure.
low. But we're talking about highs.
This week. Are we talking this week or since last pod, or what are we talking?
You could talk.
this week?
Yeah, let's use since last pod, especially because this week was tough.
Okay. I released an album.
Yeah, he did.
We released a pod.
Go get that cheesecake.
Yeah, that one. And then, yeah, the pod, that's been a lot of fun. We dropped the pod, I think
Thursday night.
Thursday. And it's been received really well. That's fun.
That's been exciting.
The album's been received
Yeah.
pretty well. So that's my high.
Dope.
Yeah.
Those are good ones.
Okay, yeah. Since we're gonna talk since the last pod, I'm really glad the holidays are over.
Yeah.
I'm so glad the holidays are over. I was not into the holidays at all this year. I was just so drained, and most people that I talked to, they were not into the holidays, because I felt like a Scrooge for a little bit, but it didn't matter. Everyone was not in the mood for the holidays, so it's great. I'm really excited that we can get back to normal life. I don't know, man. I got a hard time with holidays in the middle of the year. Like, they kind of just, I hate how holidays can, like, take over your whole life. I'm very much into my routine and doing what I do and being by myself as often as possible. So holidays kind of interrupt that. And, so a high is that the holidays are over and then we can move on with life and move into a new year. That's about it for my highs. I'm really excited about Richard's album. I think it's really good. Coat and Sweater is my pump it up song, so go listen to that.
Thank you.
Should we do lows?
We could.
Oh, God, man. Lows. All right. I want to preface lows by saying it was a tough week. And I understand that. And I want this kind of to be an outlet for all of you. And you can drop me a line on Instagram. You can tweet me. But I do want to hear from you guys. I do want to hear yours, highs and lows. I would love to share that on the pod. So lows in general, there's nothing really like personal to me and mine, which I'm always grateful for. That anytime we kind of dodge any kind of bullets, I'm super grateful for. But I would just say in general that it was a tough week for America, tough week for democracy, the Capitol siege. I had the opportunity, I had the advantage in life to sit and watch it happen, and that was terrifying. To literally see the wave come, once again, another avalanche, and it's just like, oh my God, what is happening? I have no words for what happened. I have no words. I don't even really want to give it that much energy, but I do want to acknowledge that it happened, and let me be very clear about some things that whatever the prompting for it was is insane. And just the fact that we saw so many protests this summer and I did not see police flicking selfies.
The same energy, right?
Yeah, like keep that same energy. And I did not see that same energy. I saw people moving out of the way. I saw
some hand holding. I saw some helping.
It's disgusting. So embarrassing, so disgusting. And it's just like a complete abuse of power. Yeah, it's disappointing the way that our administration is handling it and how what's being handled is like, seems like it's being handled in secret. You know, place a vote. I'm getting real sick of what's going on in the world. It's disappointing that it was a display of white supremacy. white privilege in the highest manner, because best believe if those were people of color, black people, brown people, people that didn't look like how they looked, it would have been they wouldn't have been able to be televised. The fact that it was televised is absolutely insane. Yeah.
Isn't it wild that the same folks that were hollering, Blue Lives Matter, were trampling police? I think that's wild.
Trampling police. It's wild. I can't.
But I'm gonna be honest, my energy, or while watching it, I have too much sympathy for the situation. Like, I love my country. I love some of the symbols, that represents this country.
Yeah.
But I didn't really feel that bad, about it. It's like, that's how I feel. How it feels.
I think I said this to you, that it was, for the first time, like, Republicans, people who were in support of our tyrannical president, they got to see some real ass consequences. They had to hide. But I feel you. I don't have much sympathy. It's disgusting. I don't have much sympathy for the people that had to bear it. You know what I'm saying?
I think my sympathy lies
by it.
Yeah, my sympathy lies with the 4 people that were injured. I think 4 people died.
5 people. Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
When I say I have no sympathy, that's for the arrest, or if anybody was handled roughly.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's let me be specific before I get killed.
I agree. I say people that lost their lives, that's awful. That's terrible. It's senseless. But I do want to make something very clear about where we as a podcast stand, that Black lives should have always mattered. They will continue to matter. And I'm not arguing with anybody about that. It's done. Black lives matter. Indigenous lives matter. People of color's lives matter. Women's lives matter. Trans lives matter. They all matter. So when I hear the all lives matter, it enrages me, because it's like, okay, yeah, you're right. So Black lives matter then, right? But no, I don't know how we got so far off base, but I want to be very clear as a podcast, that's where we stand on that. Enough about crazy white supremacists. What kind of lows you guys got? Any, Christine and I was going to say we were doing Dry January, and I'm obviously a liar. There is a whole bottle of champagne here, but we were doing it for the week. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah.
That was your low?
I think Dry January sucks.
Yeah, why did we decide to do that?
Why is there a something for every month? I feel like there's something for every month. Dry January.
There is. Dry January, though, it's like a reset. Because we've been drinking a lot. Usually people do Dry January because you drink a lot during the holidays. But I've been drinking a lot since March 13th.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was almost becoming, not dependent on it, but, can't wait to have a glass of wine. Oh, man, this would be really great with a glass of wine. Especially watching the craziness on CNN, I was like, glass of wine would be really nice right about now. Wednesday was so awful that I enjoyed the Real Housewives of OC, and if you're a fan, you know it just sucks this year. So that's how bad it was. What are the lows we got going on?
We're doing pretty good, man.
Okay.
I think it's cool. We don't have too many lows. It says a lot, given our past year.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the low this week, too. I think you nailed it. Pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk New Year's resolutions. And actually, I'm anti New Year's resolution. I think it's silly. And honestly, I think we should refer to them as things I'd like to get done. Because the second resolution is so weighty. It's so weighted. Like, resolution, we're not at war. We're not in a conflict. I don't know why it's called a resolution. I mean, I get what it's going with, but it's just so definite, absolute. You guys got anything to say about that? Did you guys make New Year's resolutions?
No, I I didn't make a New Year's resolution.
Thank God. Me neither.
It's corny as fuck. But I think if you do, I think if you do, it's important to vocalize it, share it, tell everybody about
I
it.
completely disagree. I think you should tell no one.
I think you should be held accountable.
I think you should tell people that you know are not going to hold you accountable.
I think people should be looking at you sideways because it's dry January, whatever, no drink.
Right.
Right.
Notice, no, I didn't say nothing about it to you guys before this. That's what I mean. That's why you don't tell anybody so you don't get called a liar.
Yeah.
I think you should there's everyone's knows like at this age you kind of know what categories your friends are in, right? Like you know what they're going to do, you know their MO, right? Like I know if a certain friend, if I say, "Hey, come over at 7," they'll be here at 8 so I don't start getting ready till 6:30. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
me, yeah.
that's literally Richard. But like I have friends that I'll be like, "Hey, I really want to work on this year," but they won't really hold me accountable because that's just not their function.
Okay.
We serve another purpose in each other's lives. So that's what I do.
So you want yes men?
For when I talk about my resolutions, absolutely. Don't you dare hold me accountable. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not looking for your feedback. I'm just letting you know.
Exactly. I just want you to know that I've made a goal, and if it happens, great. If it doesn't, we never had this conversation.
Oh.
There's other things in life I want to be held accountable for, but I don't. At some point, February, Valentine's Day, you say, fuck the resolution. And it's clockwork. It happens every year. But yeah, you can't tell too many people. I would actually rather not tell anybody. I think a journal is probably where I would write that down. Or maybe my notepad in my iPhone.
Okay.
But you're in the opposite camp. You want to tell people.
I want to tell everybody. But that's why I haven't come up with anything, because there's nothing I'm really committed to sticking to. Like, there hasn't been anything that it's like, all right, get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not in a zone right now where I'm gonna focus my attention on exercise.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna set myself up for that failure.
Of being held accountable by your peers.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna,
I'm
not gonna do that right now.
I agree. I don't ever want to be called a liar.
Yeah. But when I do decide, go ahead, my bad.
That's why I wouldn't tell people. 'Cause I'm like, if they don't see me accomplish it, I don't want to look like I'm flaky.
Then you have to look like, oh, I thought you went to the way. Why you eating ice cream? Like, girl, mind your business.
What accent was that?
You didn't see me. It was an annoying person holding me accountable.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little hard to understand, but I think we got the gist of it.
Yeah. Okay.
My tongue got in the way mid-sentence, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to tell anybody. But actually, you and I talked about this week. I do have a motto I kind of want to live by this year, and it's taking the advice of keeping my head down and grinding it out.
Yeah.
I really like that advice. What's funny is the person that gave me this advice gave it to me out of fear.
Right.
They were telling me to shut up and and keep it moving. And that's just like not how I operate. Like, I'm here to take up space, and I'm just not that bitch to just shut up and get to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, I think I was telling you, like, some of my best life lessons have come from people
Yeah.
that are,
yeah.
in other words, for lack of better words, trash. But, you keep what you need to keep from some people, and that's...
Yeah. I appreciate the advice, always. I'm always open to feedback on things, and I feel like in my old age, just kidding, I've learned to shut up and listen, and that's essentially what this advice is saying, right? Shut up, listen, grind it out, do your thing. And I kind of want to keep doing that because with focus, I've seen a lot of good things come out of it for me, and in general, it's a positive thing, so I want to keep doing that. I actually want to hear one of these lessons that people have told you about.
So I think one of my life lessons that I really stick to is always keep 3 hustles, like, or 3 forms of income.
Yeah, you've told me that one before.
Or 3 hustles. It didn't have to be money related incomes, but 3 hustles. So back in the day, it was like school and then 2 forms of income. And then now it's just 3 bags, you know.
Yeah.
No matter, but just kind of diversifying, like just 3 different hustles, and that's kind of been something I've lived by, and it's working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not relying on a bag from one place. So if that bag dries up, I'm okay. So that's something I do.
I like that advice. I've never heard that advice until you put it out there for me. I think it's valuable. I think it's been, and I think I've told Christina that before. Like, gotta keep 3 bags. Something.
Yeah. And I think now I'm to the point where it's like let's just add another one. You know what I mean? Let's get up to 4 or 5 bags. Let's just keep them coming in, and these are like different hustles and different ways to generate income, and it's huge.
That's one of the things I want to do this year. Get another form of income.
Yeah.
But I'm lazy. By the end of the day, the end of the week, I don't want to do anything else. So it needs to be something that's either really engaging for me or something that's really passive and easy to do.
Yeah.
Passive. I would think for a side hustle, find something that fits into your schedules or your whatever, whatever you got left. Don't, get into something that's really engaging, but something that you can do passively or that will generate that passive income.
What do you have a passive form of income?
I have, yeah.
What is your passive form?
I don't know if I want to divulge
all
my mini.
We'll talk about it later.
Mini hustles. But investing, you can invest.
Yeah.
You can be pretty passive doing, like Bitcoin is, I look at that as an income, Yeah. It takes a little bit of research, or not Bitcoin per se, but just investing. Take a little bit of time out of my day each day, doing some research, and it works.
Yeah. But I feel what you're saying. It's hard to focus on 2 things at once, having a full-time job, and that's something I'm learning now, that focusing on 2 things at the same time is really hard, and like putting your full effort into both is difficult. And those people that can do that, I think it's incredible, because I can't. It's really hard.
Yeah. You're right.
Really, really hard. Chris, do you have any advice that you've taken that you want to pass along, or that you helped shape your life?
I mean, there's been many words of wisdom, but I would say this year, my life guidance comes in the shape. You know that phrase, "We're not running the Pentagon."
Yes.
Like, don't take it too seriously.
I love that phrase.
We're not gonna die.
We're not gonna die.
Can you say it again?
We're not running the Pentagon. We're not gonna die.
I love that advice.
It's very grounding for me this year and helps me to make a decision in the moment when I'm feeling guilty about not doing something or doing something. So for me, that's been very grounding this year and keeps me level-headed.
Yeah. Well, I want to give some context on running the Pentagon, because that phrase was told to me at a job, and I was feeling super overwhelmed, and I think it was like the first weekend, and I had run into my coach, and she's, "Hey Vicky, how's it going?" And I said, "I'm feeling really overwhelmed." And I will never forget it. She said, "We're not running the Pentagon. We're not. It's okay.
Yeah.
Take it one thing at a time." And that, to me, I swear it changed my life. I swear it did, because if I'm feeling flustered or frustrated with something, or we're not running the Pentagon. It's fine. It's gonna do what it does. And ever since that was told to me maybe about 2-3 years ago now, I take it with me, and I try to instill that in people around me, especially when I was more in the workforce, or when we were in person with people. It was nice. People seem to take it. "We're not gonna die" comes from a friend, and that was his favorite phrase to say. when something was really stressful or he was frustrated, and it was kind of, how would you describe it? Like he would.
That was his way of
bringing him relief in that moment.
Yeah. We're not gonna die.
How he stayed grounded.
And I have carried that with me.
Wise words.
Forever, because if this particular frustration or issue is not really gonna affect me in the long run, it's gonna be okay. Let it go. But letting it go is a whole different thing. Okay, I think that's really great advice.
No, you're right.
Keep your head down and grind. 3 bags, and we're not running the Pentagon. We can only do what we can do. Yeah. What'd you say?
We're not gonna die.
Not gonna die. I like that. Okay, I wanted to do things we're leaving in 2020. I have a whole list here. Bear with me. So y'all are thinking about yours.
Like things we're not going to.
Yeah, things I don't even want to talk about anymore in 2020. Things, it could be real things, funny things.
Okay.
Thoughts, whatever. First thing, Zoom. Don't ever send me a Zoom link ever again. I don't want to get on Zoom with you ever again. Okay? We got FaceTime. Don't be ridiculous. We don't need to Zoom. Stop that. I really hate checking my email all day long. I don't have email notifications. So, I sent you a Zoom link, bruh. Now I gotta open this app. I don't know. My email triggers me. I think it's from being in a toxic workplace.
Ooh, that notification sound.
Ooh, I hate it.
Yeah.
The Zoom when you pop into the room.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's triggering. So Zoom is very triggering to me. So it's checking my email apparently. I just kind of processed that right now. Wow. Okay. Another thing I'm leaving in 2020. Okay. The more people that leave this next thing in 2020, the better it'll be. So think about it, guys. Be open to what I'm about to say. Jeans. Let's leave jeans in 2020. Athleisure is the new wave. Fuck them jeans.
I guess you're right. We've proved that we don't need jeans.
Like, we don't need to be so buttoned up and serious. For what? The whole world is being run over Zoom in your pajama bottoms. Like, don't play with me. I don't need to wear business professional, business cash. Stop that. Don't. If you got dressed for every day in quarantine, working from home, you're a liar. I know you're lying. Stop it. You had a nice shirt, whatever, and then you had your pajama bottoms, or maybe no bottoms.
As we've seen many times happen.
Bruh, all of those like clips of people getting up and like going to the bathroom on Zoom, or getting up and they're in their boxers. Oh my God, I'm dead. So yeah, stop playing with me. Business casual is not a thing. That's fake. Yeah. Let's stop with the games and just wear athleisure, okay? Everyone looks better in them, and like life is too short to be uncomfortable in khakis all day.
Is that the official term?
Athleisure?
Yeah.
I also call it celebrity in disguise.
Oh my God.
Celebrity hiding from the paparazzi.
Can you explain why you made that up?
Oh, Vicky has always dressed in athleisure since the dawn of time.
Sweatpants.
She'll wear her leggings, her jacket, whatever, but her face and her hair is full on done.
Glam.
Yep, she's got a hat on, she's got sunglasses on, and she's hiding from the paparazzi. I don't know what else she would be doing in that outfit.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, that's so funny. One time when we were like kids, we were on a family vacay, and this is like when this look came to birth, the glasses and the hats, and she's like, and then what are you, a celebrity in disguise? And I was like, yeah, thanks.
It's a good look. I like it. It's my style now too, pretty much.
But back then you were making fun of me.
Oh, for sure.
Now I'm like, yeah, for sure. What's up? It's really in disguise now with the mask.
We're really in disguise.
Like the other day, I was wearing a hat, my sunglasses, and a mask, and it's like, man. Well, when we were walking at the creek, and there was like all these attractive men, and I was like, oh.
Did you walk in like no pictures? No.
No. I was like, thank God I look like a hot mess right now, as we all do, but I'm disguised, so I can pop up, glammed up, and they'd be like, whoa. That's not that girl that was walking around looking like a hot bag of trash the other day. I'm like, I don't know her. That's what I'm saying. Okay, another thing I'm leaving in 2020, and this is tough for me because I am a recovering judgmental person. I'm trying to be less judgmental. First impressions. I think that we need to normalize not jumping to conclusions about people, especially me. And when I'm saying people, I'm saying me. I need to stop jumping to conclusions. People need more grace after the year we just endured. Like, I've reconnected with a lot of friends, and it's so good to see them. And I have to remember, like, people remember how you treat them. People remember things you've said. So have grace for yourself and have grace for them. And yeah, I think first impressions is a lot of pressure, and I don't like it. It doesn't even seem fair. What if I?
So we're getting rid of the first impression. We're giving people a chance.
I mean, judging you on a first impression, like, oh man, did you see how crazy they were talking? They were so chaotic energy. I don't mess with that. Which is literally something I've said to people before.
Right.
I don't like chaotic energy, but then I judge people too soon on it. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they just came out of. And that's me. This is a new leaf for me, because I'm very quick to cut a motherfucker off.
Or you think someone's extremely boring. Like, if we weren't sisters, I don't know that we would.
I wouldn't like you.
Coincide. I wouldn't like you.
You wouldn't like me, and I'd like be like, oh, she doesn't like me, whatever.
I'd be like, she is so motherfucking obnoxious. Oh my god, what an idiot.
Idiot is, I think, is a little rough.
That's what I would think. I'm telling you. That's what I would think. I'd be like, look at that jacket she's wearing with that hat. Oh my god.
Wait, what would make me an idiot? What other things do I do that was...
Vicky, what do you mean, what other things?
Yeah, you
would
put
make you
two
an
male
idiot?
ends of a headphone together and looked at me like, why isn't this shit working?
Okay, fair. You guys, life is so short, man. I just like to be silly. I would rather be silly than anything else.
Yeah, but silly's like purposeful.
But sometimes I'm not being silly on purpose. I'm just being me, and it's silly.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's fair. We've talked about that before, though, because when we were working together, we had to, like, face that reality. Like, would I like you as a coworker?
Oh, you would love me as a coworker.
I've had you as a coworker. That was fun.
I've had you as a coworker too. Can't say it was such a great experience for me.
Why?
I'm just kidding. It was fine.
It was. I liked it a lot.
She would bring me lunch sometimes. It was cool.
That's dope.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
She used to bring me lunch too. Sometimes.
I'm a good friend. And food is kind of like a love language.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you hungry? Like, this morning after our hike, we went to get bagels, and I was going to text you, but then I thought, you're on this new annoying diet, which makes him very grumpy, and it would have gotten cold by the time you got here.
Yeah, no, I can't. I wish I could.
You can't have bagels?
No,
You gave up bread?
I did. I gave
Right.
up bread.
Poor man.
Everything's done already. I don't.
He does this diet every year, and
What do
every
you mean
year
everything's done?
I eat what they give me.
it's like meals.
Oh, wow.
Don't worry, it'll be over in a couple of weeks. I
No,
guarantee
I'm
it.
sticking to it. It's expensive, so I'm gonna stick to it. And I already ordered all the shit. It's coming.
Okay.
If you invest money, you're usually more inclined to stick to shit.
So true. All right, y'all, you heard it here first. He's sticking to HMR.
Yep.
What was I saying? First impressions. Yeah. Not jumping to conclusions, because as Christine and I have just proven, if we were not sisters, we probably wouldn't fuck with each other. But Christina's probably one of my favorite people to spend time with. And we spend a lot of time together, but I think it's mostly enjoyable. Would you say the same?
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I think we wouldn't be friends because of the first impressions. Like, if we could see past that, we'd be okay. We'd probably be
So, Christina, you need to
acquaintances.
let go of first impressions.
Oh,
It sounds like.
my whole family is
Yeah.
judgmental.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a problem in the D's family. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like a problem.
Like, from our nuclear family to the extended family.
Yeah,
I think it's a Latina thing. It's a Latino thing.
I don't know. Other Latinos are not so judgmental.
Really?
I think they're more open and
Interesting.
embracing.
Because that's my experience. like, oh man, I'm not gonna wear this because I know so and so's gonna say something. Maybe it's just how we cope.
Maybe it is a Latino thing. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I think.
But it's a problem.
I don't think it's just a Adidas thing. I'm hoping it's not. If you are Latino or someone of color, do you think your culture is judgy? Because I definitely.
Yeah, my culture is judgy.
Oh, okay, good. Because I definitely think mine is.
Super.
But yeah, I think we need to. And I've missed out on really, and actually Richard caught me on this a lot of times. I've missed out on some cool people because I was super judgmental off their first 5 seconds. And that sucks. Life is so long, like you need to make some friends, and I really do like making friends, but I gotta let go of being so judgmental.
If you hold on to the first impression, you never really know what a person really has to offer.
And I am not a cup of tea every time. I know that.
Yeah, just imagine if people held on to your first impression.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm sure some people have. That sucks.
Oh, I know they have.
Okay.
I've had to talk them down. Like, nah, she alright.
This is.
Nah, she not like that.
She's not that bad.
Nah.
She's not that bad once you get to know her.
Yeah, she try to be hard. That's my thing. I've told hundreds of people.
Stop it.
We've worked with hundreds of people. Turnover was crazy.
This is not a read session for me.
Nah, you're right. But I have told a lot of people, like, nah, she just give her a shot.
Yeah, well. See, yeah, so fair. Returning a new leaf. New year, new Vicks. Well, sort of.
Hold on. Let's dive. What's up with the
what?
The hard initial impression?
It is how I protect myself.
Okay.
If I am mean enough, you won't get close to hurt me.
Gotcha.
I've had a lot of loss in life, and I learned, like, yo, if I'm mean, I can weed out the weak fast.
Okay.
I'm only gonna mess with people who can handle me and who aren't gonna be sissies and bounce.
Is that why you're so mean to me? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Just fucking mean.
I was not. I was very kind at first. Nah, it's a way to protect myself because it's like a cactus.
Okay.
You're not gonna fuck with me, and now I'm only gonna let this guard down low enough that you can see a little bit, and I can still control it. It's really terrible. It's toxic.
I
should probably go to therapy for it, honestly.
I was thinking about it, and I did get on your case a lot about it, and we talked about it a lot. But in this day and age, I don't think that's a bad thing to adopt for ladies. You know, for women to be tough and be strong. Let niggas know, like, I'm not one to fuck with. You know, I think it's.
I have been really, really blessed and protected because I have not really been fucked with a lot.
So it's working.
It's working. And watch, I'll say that and someone's gonna fuck with me. But yeah, people don't really fuck with me, and I love it. And that I'm also very protective. So if my mom knows this, I'm very protective over her, and she has to be like, calm down, stop that big of a deal. I want to extend that protection that I've had or whatever to people that I love.
That's true. That's definitely one of your qualities.
Yeah. I also think I don't have time to not be taken seriously. I don't have time for you to feel me out and see where my boundaries are. I want to be upfront with that at first because I just don't have time to mess around with you. So I think it's a woman thing. I think it's a strong woman thing.
And I think you and I have had to learn that early in life.
Yeah.
I definitely get that vibe from you, Christina. You are all business all the time.
I am, but not with my super, super close people. But yeah, I am. No, you're right.
I think Christina's a lot of fun.
Oh, I am. I'm very silly. On purpose.
Annoyingly silly.
On purpose.
Christina, hello. Are you ready? But I think that we had to learn how to protect ourselves, find a way to protect ourselves at a young age. Out of survival, not that we didn't have people that would protect us, but life got a little weird for us as kids.
Yeah.
It changed really fast. Mm-hmm. Another thing I'm leaving in, or did you want to dive more into my annoying
Nah,
quality?
I think you shared.
Oh yeah. See, the thing about me is I'm really good at self-reflecting to the point where it's too much, and I should probably relax and cut myself a break. Like like you can't tell me anything. I'm aware of all my bullshit.
Okay.
And that's good and it's bad because then it's like, yeah, I know, and it's hard for me to listen. But I think I'm pretty self-aware.
She's pretty self-aware, but yeah, you can't tell her anything. Like my family, when we know we need to confront her about something, too scared. Only I can do it. Because
It's like you tell her, nah, you tell her.
Are you serious?
It's
I
your
don't.
turn.
I don't like hearing.
Oh, they're all scared of you.
I don't like hearing that.
They worry that if they tell you something that you're not going to want to hear, or something that you know how you are. Yeah, everyone is afraid to tell. I think maybe only me and Alicia will tell you. At least he's not afraid to tell anyone anything that they need to know.
I don't like to hear that about myself. I want people to feel like I'm open to feedback.
Well, I'm looking forward to this new year where you're going to practice that. One other thing, you always were like, I don't like when people fuck with me. But what does that mean?
I think everybody's fucking
me and my sister are like, me and my other sister always wonder, what does that mean?
I've heard her say that. This nigga's fucking with me.
It should be the produce guy at the grocery store, and he's taking too long to stock the celery, and Vicky thinks
fucking with me.
I don't think
with her.
I'll say this motherfucker, this guy.
No, you will. You'll be like, he knows I'm standing right behind him. He knows I'm trying to get a stock of celery, and he's just stocking all the celery. He's fucking with me. It's crazy. It literally sounds crazy.
I think I'm also a little paranoid.
Yeah, you're for sure a little paranoid.
See, I know. See, you're like, yeah.
I had a girl.
Self-diagnose yourself, girl.
There was a girl that was like, "Hi, Vicky," and you're like, "This bitch." I was like, "Chill." Like she said hi. Nah, it was the way she said it. I was like, okay.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, I was about to be like, you're exaggerating, but it's like, nah. I do think people, I do not like to be fucked with, and I get that. But Christina has a lot of clarity in life, and I have just this like Vicky filter, and I have to stop thinking the Vicky filter is actually how the world is, because that's not. It doesn't even make sense.
I have that problem too. Like, they're doing it for the same exact reason why I would do it. So I'm going to attack them as I would probably need to be attacked in that moment. So I feel that.
I get that feedback a lot, that I need to chill out about it. But it's also protected me a lot. I have a good story about a waiter who was trying to fuck with me, and I was right. Like, there's times when I'm dead on, and it benefits everyone around me. So, I know, I gotta work on that. Okay, guys, God. This is a podcast, not a read session. Okay? Go write about it in your diary, all the things that are wrong with me, and let me know what you say.
But I think we stumbled upon a resolution.
What? That I'm gonna chill out? Yeah. I think I've been actively trying to chill out. I hope I'm getting better with that stuff. But Christina, moving forward, if you have something really weird to tell me that you think I'm not gonna like, or mom and dad do, and you're tired of telling me,
I'm not afraid to tell you.
Oh, I was gonna say, because like Richard isn't either.
No, I'm not afraid.
He will talk all the shit straight to my face.
I think that's why we're both here on the pod.
Yeah.
Because we are both
clearly
probably the only two people that are not afraid to tell you.
I love it. I love boldness. I'm all about that. I don't like people who are so timid. Oh, Vicky, do you mind moving your purse?
She's gonna think I'm fucking with her.
Oh my God,
they're afraid of.
Timidity drives me crazy. Because I'm like, girl, what? Say it. Just spit it out.
Yeah, you make it really easy to just
I
say
know. See, I know, okay? I know. I gotta chill. All right, another thing I'm leaving into. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm tired of this read session. Y'all can read Donald Trump, because I'm about to leave. I'm leaving him in 2020. I mean, this goes without saying. Like, I don't even want to give this Cheeto any of my time on our podcast, but that's what I'm leaving. I'm leaving that in 2020. Another thing I'm leaving in 2020, we can do a deep dive into this, because I know both of you are gonna have something to say, is herd mentality, and by that, it's like the hype. I hate hype beasts. I still haven't watched Tiger King, because I'm just so, I don't. No.
That used to be me. I used to be.
Everyone was into it. I'm not watching that. I haven't seen it.
For sure. I used to, like, growing up, definitely a contrary. How would I? Come on, you're smart.
Antagonist.
No, but just not I'm not the antagonist, but I just kind of go like if everybody going left, I want to go right just for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? Just
Oh yeah, that's
just
me.
cause, you know.
I just nah.
I mean, it's worked out. Like I am who I am because of it, but there are some things that like you should have watched Tiger King.
Yeah, how come when I don't watch Selling Sunset or The Real Housewives, I'm crazy?
Well, you shouldn't watch those shows.
That's what I'm saying.
But Tiger King.
Because I'm suggesting them.
Yeah, but that's you don't think there's a herd behind any real?
Excuse me.
Whatever.
No,
bullshit that is?
no. Here's the thing.
Ain't nothing real about none of them fucking shows.
Here's the thing about me. Let me tell you a little something. I am the queen of reality TV. People get reality TV recommendations from me.
Well, you don't fuck with Survivor, so you don't know shit about shit.
Oh my God, Survivor has like 100 seasons. I watched that in the beginning when I was like in 3rd grade.
It's stood the test of time. Can you say the same about half of the shows that you fuck with?
No.
Exactly.
I don't want the Real Housewives of OC to go on forever. I don't want what was that show? Laguna Beach to go on for forever. Like Laguna Beach in middle school. I know I was in high school. Was cool. But imagine if Laguna Beach stood the test of time. Oh my God.
My girl watches what is it?
Teen Mom.
No, yeah, she watches that shit too. She watches I don't know, something about these
90 Day Fiance.
She watches that too.
Well, describe it. I'm sure I know the name of it.
They're on a beach. They have
Love Island.
Fucking first world problems. They're all privileged, entitled, melanin challenged people, white people.
No. They said mentally challenged.
No, melanin.
challenge.
Melanin. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about your life
Is
problems.
it Bachelor's Paradise?
No, it's like starts with an S or some shit.
Southern Charm. Floribama Shore.
No, I think they're in Florida though. They live on like the Keys.
Florida
Siesta Keys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one I've never seen because it looks
me
really
neither.
scripted.
I don't care if it's scripted. I just don't care about
I don't like
your
reality
fucking problems.
TV shows that really look fake.
None of you are interesting. None of you
Yeah, I
are
agree.
fucking interesting.
I agree.
I don't care about you going on a boat that your fucking dad bought you. I don't care about you sleeping with your. I don't give a fuck, man. Like it's trash, and we're consuming that shit.
Oh
That's
my God.
that's the herd mentality issue. Like we're all consuming this garbage.
I don't think we're all consuming Siesta Key. You're saying garbage.
Garbage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see that. But I'm also like, I don't need to mess with something just because everyone else is messing with it. I don't know, I'm just really not into hype. I hate it.
See,
I think it's lame. Really lame.
Are you looking at me because I'm a hype
Oh my God.
beast? You call me
Yeah,
that.
you love Supreme. This man. Go ahead. You tell me about the Supreme Oreos. Go ahead.
Supreme Oreos.
Nah,
Yes.
I don't need to know about my shit.
I know. I'm not looking at you for that. I'm looking at you because you're in my eyesight.
To be clear, the Oreos are the cookies or
Yeah.
The cookies, yeah. Supreme. What do you call it? Collab.
Yeah, it's dope.
were they
Oreos
extra
are-
expensive or were they normal Oreo
They were
price?
normally priced. They're just
They
hard
were
to
just
get
red.
to. I mean, now I'm sure they're
Like red
high.
velvet.
Now the price has probably gone up on them, but I ate them. You know what I'm saying? I ate
Well, I
them.
mean, I hope you did. Dang.
That's it. Like I usually
Go to waste.
I do fall. I am guilty of falling victim to a lot of hype, but a lot of that ties into culture. So when Supreme drops a Dipset tee, they haven't in a long time. But that's for the culture, and I fuck with it. I'm not so quick to cop a lot of Supreme stuff now, depending on the collab. You know what I mean? But
Well,
it's
yeah.
just-
And Supreme's not what it was.
Nah, Supreme's still Supreme, but I mean, there's a lot of other good stuff out there too that's representing the culture a little bit more, you know.
Okay.
But Supreme is gonna always have gonna be a staple amongst the culture.
Okay, so do you think you're a hype beast?
Hmm.
There are certain things that you really like that you'll jump on,
Yeah.
like shoes.
Yeah. I'm a sneakerhead for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm heavy in like the resale game, but
Mm-hmm.
that started to fund my own like addiction. Like I didn't want to come out of pocket.
Right.
So once I figured out if I cop 3, it pays for mine, and then I keep a little something. Like I was hooked on that.
Okay, so you're saying that you are a hype beast in certain areas.
Yeah, and it's you like sneakers more so than anything. Like
I guess that goes for everybody, right? Like there's certain things we really like that we are a really big fan of, and we.
like you like bags.
Yeah.
You're no bags.
Yeah.
Like you get a little hype beastie over bags.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, okay.
Do you want to hear, Richard, a funny story about one time when Vicky got really hyped about something stupid and tried to shame me? Okay,
Oh my God, I don't know what this is gonna be. I'm scared.
Okay, so it was the summertime and she was having a sparkling water kick, which our family loves sparkling water for. Who doesn't love sparkling water?
It's just like
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so one day we go to, where were we? At a restaurant? I don't know. We were going to some restaurant. I got the sparkling water, and she tried to tell me that I'm not about sparkling water.
Oh, you ain't about that.
Sparkling water ain't my thing. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, you were out of control. I'm like, stop.
I put her on the sparkling water.
Oh, stop
Okay,
it.
I cannot, with the two of you thinking that you started the sparkling water train, no.
Stop.
She was like, "What are you drinking?" I said, "This is San Pellegrino." Like,
I actually did not start liking it until later in life because I thought it was spicy, salty. It was weird, but yeah.
well, you should always drink it cold.
I should always what?
Drink it cold.
Yeah,
If it tastes sweaty, then you're drinking a hot Pellegrino, and that's nasty.
I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about how it was Bethany Frankel's, and she had Chelsea Handler on, and Chelsea Handler has this new special out talking about how she hates water, and what she hates more than water is lukewarm water, and like warm sparkling water is the worst. And I was like, I understand that.
Yeah,
I agree. It's disgusting. But I do think Topo Chico is supreme. I think
you're right.
San Pellegrino runs out of the fuzz too fast.
You put me onto that. Allie drinks that.
I love Topo Chico.
She loves it.
Oh my God, I love it. All right. So yeah, herd mentality. I'm over it. I feel like we've had to not garner our own paths, but pave our own paths in life, especially in the last year. So stop that. If you don't think it's cool, it's fine. Keep it moving. Find something else.
I think that herd mentality stuff stems from people getting their news or their information.
Yeah, that
from
too.
social
Like
media.
we have to do our own research. You have to. I have to be more objective at those types of things because the world is not in a Vicky filter.
Right.
I gotta remember that. Another thing I am leaving behind is staying quiet when we should speak up. The action of not saying something when we can, it needs to stop. There's too much that's gone on for us to just be okay with the way things are if we're not happy with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's boring too. I don't know. I just don't want to live a life where I don't have any say. I think that's boring.
Can you give an example?
Oh my God, I can give lots of examples. People who, they don't have a preferences. Like, oh, where you want to go eat? Oh, I don't care. What? You don't? What? Okay. People who just, it's not even going with the flow. It's just like, I don't have a preference. I don't want to make waves. I don't want to take up space. I think that's boring. Really boring. Stop that.
What if you don't care though? Sometimes I don't care.
But I'm talking about people who actually care and they just don't.
Oh, and they won't tell you.
They won't tell you.
And they will tell you after.
Or not even. Maybe sometimes they don't even tell you after.
person that
Sometimes
does
it's
that.
just like.
I won't say her name. But, yeah, she
What?
does it.
I mean, something like. Let me be specific.
I'll give you an example.
Okay. Is
My
it
girl,
about me?
she'll
Okay.
tell me. She'll be like, "What do you want to eat?" I don't care. I'll order. Food will get there.
Mhm.
She got every opinion in the world. It's like, but I asked you,
Mhm.
what did you want? You said you didn't care. That's a once a week occurrence.
So when she does that, do you get something that you want? Like you're like, all right.
Sushi, every time.
Oh my god, I love
She
sushi.
hates it. Well, she doesn't hate it.
But see, so you're not ordering with her preferences in mind, because she
Well-
tells you her preferences on things.
Yeah.
Like you have a general idea.
Yeah. No, I'm teasing, but she knows what I'm talking about. She'll definitely tell me, I don't care, or she doesn't mind, and then I'll start reading down the list. Oh, how about this? No. It's like, well, so you do care. Speak up.
It's hard to. I think sometimes it's hard to pick what you want to eat. I really do think it's difficult.
So then,
I have to catch a craving vibe. The other day, or actually yesterday, I was hungry, but I didn't know what I wanted to eat, and I couldn't figure it out. And so then I went home. And I was like, I don't need to be in these streets buying food. There's food at home.
you pulled up to the spot and just left?
I was at Starbucks. I needed a coffee, and then I was like, I'm hungry. What do I feel like eating? The world is my oyster. Because once I'm in the car, like, I'm out. It's really hard to get me out of the house these days. So once I've resolved to take a drive or go somewhere, it's like I might as well live this up as much as I can. Like, what else do I need? Because I don't really like leaving anymore. But yeah, I think staying quiet when things happen is boring. I think we're here to take up some space, and if that's not your MO and you found other ways to take up space, I think that's dope too. I don't think speaking up is always the way to take up space, but like, take your space. Let's do this. Like, life is for the living.
I agree.
Yeah, I've seen so many people in life just like be so passive, and like things happen to them and they're not really excited about anything, and they're just kind of like waking up, going through the motions. And I don't know. Am I being judgmental by saying I think that's
No,
strange?
but I think it took you leaving the workplace to kind of find that clarity.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I just want to see more people have a stance on things. There's been so much that's happened lately, and protest and government stuff and what we're believing in. I feel like 2020 was really eye-opening for Americans in the sense of like, where do we stand on this side of the line? What are we gonna say we did in history, right? Like,
Right.
when we have children, grandchildren, and they go over 2020's, like, what were you doing? Like, what did I do? Did
Yeah.
I help? Did I sit back and watch it? And I don't ever want to say like, oh, I didn't do anything when I could have. I don't ever want that to be my story.
No, that's a fact. I think recognizing when, we are in a historic moment, and we have 2020, man, like we had so many historic moments just
So many.
that
And
are
like,
huge.
what did you do? Like, maybe you didn't go to a protest, but did you educate yourself?
Absolutely.
Did you?
When there's an issue, like I always want to hear both sides, and I definitely don't rely on social media to get my news and my information.
Yeah.
So I'll read or discuss or debate with somebody. Debating is kind of how I work through a lot of ideas sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's healthy.
It is healthy.
You know what I was thinking though is like, I agree with what you said. Definitely want to educate myself. I want to be objective, but sometimes I'm like too objective, and then it's hard. Not in a situation like what happened this past week, but sometimes when things come up, I'm like too objective. I have too much knowledge, and it's difficult for me to make an opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's where social media does come and play a role. Honestly, like that helps me to like see different opinions that are out there about this subject. And that's so historical to do. It's so crazy to like look back, because I am a history teacher and I love history. And in today's world, like social media is like propaganda of
Yeah.
Right.
the past, and historians are going to look back on it. And honestly, like history and legacy, that's a huge motivator for me in my life. I make decisions based off of how it's going to impact my legacy.
Oh my God,
Absolutely.
I love that word.
I think
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, social media isn't all trash, but it's so hard to weed through the bullshit to get something solid.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
need to educate yourself first.
Yeah.
And then you can see what's out there.
And social media is tricky because you have to know how to look for it. Like, if you only want to hear a certain point of view, Instagram will cater that to you.
Right.
And you have to, it's like the want of wanting to be objective, wanting to have a full circle view on things. Like, it has to be innate, because whatever you're looking for on social media, you will find it.
Yeah.
So make sure you're looking for the right thing.
You also got to know when social media is perpetuating the same thing that you're frustrated by.
Right.
Like super one-sided, biased, political stuff. Like,
Right.
you also need to realize when your social media is doing that thing.
Yeah, and that's a lot of self-reflecting. That's a lot of, like, checking in with yourself. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a hard pill
It
to
is.
swallow.
It's an extremely hard pill to swallow. I agree. But I do want to see, I don't know, maybe passive people just like it that way, and I just don't understand because I'm not passive. So I don't want to negate that, but also, like, come on, man. Let's take up some space. You got something to say. I know you do. Another thing I'm leaving in 2020 is feeling rushed in Trader Joe's by moms, white women who white women in general who shop on the phone, and anyone who looks fresh out of the gym. And I'm not trying to, put a hyper focus on white women. I'm just saying, like, sometimes I feel like I don't look the part to look in Trader Joe's. I feel really judged in there sometimes. I don't like it. It's a freaking grocery store.
Right.
And it's like, nah, and then you can tell when they're right behind you because they're like they start talking slower because they're like waiting for you to move. I'm just like, girl, this freezer aisle is crazy. Have you seen all the stuff in there? Like, give me a second.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's, I have to, like, get hyped for it. I gotta know what I'm getting, and then I always end up getting the same things, but there's so much in there.
Oh, yeah.
I really would like 2 hours alone by myself in Trader Joe's to look through things and figure it out. I don't even think I need 2 hours, but it would be good buffer time.
Yeah. I'm in and out.
But do you feel weird in Trader Joe's?
No, I'm only going in there for something specific, and I go to the same.
You
Trader
don't treat it like a grocery store.
Yeah, it's a grocery store. I'm just not there to. I don't.
You don't treat it as a like grocery store, but I mean like buying groceries. So like you peruse, you hit all the sections. You're going in there for
absolutely a grocery store. I'm going to buy my groceries. I'm just not.
Yeah, how do you buy your
time.
groceries?
Yeah, what do you mean peruse?
Are you like aimlessly wandering through the store?
No. You say you're only going in there for something specific. So I'm saying
groceries.
you're not going in there to peruse.
No, it's like.
Or when you say specific, I mean one thing.
No. Like,
Okay, you
like
mean-
if it's a meal, I know what I need for this meal. I'm
Got
going
it.
in there, and I'm going to the same. Like if you know your Trader Joe's, they probably switch it around every couple months, but they stay pretty consistent. It's like, all right, I'm going down this aisle. I'll map out my way. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then I'm in and out. I'll go grab a sample from the bag, and
Yeah.
keep it moving. But like discovering new shit, no, I'm not walking around and.
But there's so many good things in there.
Yeah, but I wait for my friends to say, hey, have you had this? No. Where'd you get it? Trader Joe's. Okay, cool.
Okay, I mean I guess that's a wave to ride for Trader Joe's, but I don't know. I like Trader Joe's. I like hanging out in there.
Oh, I like it too, but I don't like people. For one, I've never
yeah,
liked
and
people.
like 6 feet,
Neither.
girl.
Yeah.
Back it up, sir. I cannot tell you how many men.
What are they doing?
Sir, if you do not get the hell away from me right now, they're just like, because I'm short, so they can see over me, and they're like looking, like specifically the dry foods, or I mean everything is taller than me. So if I'm like looking to see what things say, like.
Even now during COVID, I think that's one thing.
Yeah, even now during COVID, I cannot tell you how many times boy.
I think that's one thing as a society we've reclaimed is like social space. Like we're gonna get that back now.
I'm telling you, man, Trader Joe's. Like, they are aware when I, like, hit them with the look. They can...
This nigga's fucking with me.
They back it up. But, nah. And it's always a small store. Like, it's not a Lucky's where there's, it's huge. It's a small store no matter where you go. So, yeah, I still have people breathing all over like, girl, now I'm not afraid to be like 6 feet, man.
Have you told somebody?
I've actually never done that. I just hit him with a dirty ass look. That's my way to communicate. Because people get it. And if you don't get it, then I'm going to leave you alone because you might be crazier than me. And I don't want to play with that.
Yeah.
Not in Trader Joe's. I am not equipped. Do you feel weird in Trader Joe's?
I never go to Trader Joe's, probably because it makes me feel weird.
Interesting.
You don't like people either, huh?
I do not like people.
No, she does not.
I'm not very good with them.
You guys are very similar in that way.
I don't like it.
I'm not with it. But what are you guys leaving in 2020?
Karen's following Karen accounts and shit like that. At first it was funny. At first it was like but now I'm
funny
just like,
how
man.
So? What was funny?
Them getting outed, you know what I'm saying? And then you have some of the pages that'll follow up and be like, oh, busted, or fired from their job. But then it just started happening way too frequently. You're like, fuck, man, there's a lot of these motherfuckers out here.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were really isolated events. And then they started happening in cities that are pretty close to us. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
yeah, that, like, whole water bottle one. It felt like they were really close to AT&T Park. Or
I don't know. They had some Sunnyvale, some Santa Clara stuff going on. They weren't Karens. They were Kevins. But, I mean, it's the same thing, And
yeah.
I think we can leave the Karen in 2020.
You mean like Karen accounts or Karens in general?
I think in general. Like, I think they got them.
How do you plan to leave Karens in general? Because it's
what
not really a choice people who are not Karens have, right? So what would you do? What do you mean by that?
I think the shaming that goes on, I don't support. Like I don't like them, but to me, it's a part of cancel culture, which I don't fuck with.
Oh, God.
I think that's something we should all leave behind.
We should talk about that one day.
Yeah, we can talk about it now, but I don't know. I think giving them too much attention. I had to walk away from it because it was enraging. Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm personally leaving behind, like giving it so much attention. We're so hyper focused on all these bad people and bad things that are going on. It's like I started to treat women with that haircut, if I see them in public, a little different, and it's weird. I can't operate like that. I gotta let go.
I feel that Karens are, I think at this point it's exhausting to engage in that type of banter with someone who's not willing to hear you out. And cancel culture, I don't know. Do we want to dive into that?
I don't fuck with cancel culture. I think people are allowed to make a mistake. I think, yeah, people are. I mean, we have
It's hella judgmental to cancel someone over a mistake that they've made that they want to repent for. That is crazy to me. I agree.
I know where you're gonna go. You're gonna go with some offenses are not forgivable, which I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But
you saw the face.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hard to miss. It took up the whole area.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. I agree completely. But I think like the trivial shit, like the little stuff. Somebody loses their cool, does some yelling. Is that worthy of a cancel? Somebody slips up and says something that's a little off. Is that worthy of a cancel?
Yeah, cancel culture is herd mentality.
Yeah, that is. But like our sexual predators,
whoa,
creepos.
Let's hit the reverb one time and let her say that one more time.
Cancel culture is herd mentality.
Yikes.
It is.
It's facts.
Inability to decipher between a critical offense that is not forgivable and an offense that is just, culturally in that moment inappropriate or something someone did in a prior, more ignorant part of their life. Like, that's herd mentality.
Yeah, niggas are allowed to learn and grow.
I agree. And we're allowed to unlearn things.
Right.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are talking about like something specific that's happening a lot is like old tweets surfacing.
Right. Now that's fucked up. Like,
Yeah, I do think that's a little crazy. I've seen a lot of people apologize for something they said 10 years ago. And it's like they haven't even showed that type of
that energy
since. And I agree. There's definitely things that I've had to learn and had to unlearn. And I for sure would not want to be held accountable for something I said when I was 15 or 18.
I've seen athletes, comedians.
Yeah.
I
agree
first
with
of all,
that.
judging a comedian on an old tweet.
Yeah,
It's
who
fucking
did
crazy.
that recently?
I think they tried to get Kevin Hart or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's Kevin Hart.
It's like hella old. It's like, bro, like.
And he's a comedian. Like.
I think it's, if people, especially like if you are in the spotlight of things, people are going to bring it up because people are going to be trolls. Like, let's get that out of the way. Like, everyone's got a troll. And, like, okay, yeah, you're right. That wasn't right. And I think I've moved on since then. Keep it moving. But I think it's super weird.
No, I agree.
And super manipulative, too. Like, let me dig deep into their Twitter, deep into their IG, deep into whatever to find something. That's toxic. All right, continue.
Nah, I think it's like give a nigga a break, like or educate him. But the whole canceling, it's like, man, like that's rough. But like, there are things that are definitely unforgivable.
Yeah, and you're right. That's exactly what I was gonna go with. Like, there are some things that it's like, nah, I don't care if you unlearn this. I'm done with you. For example, the president. I don't care if you unlearn your homophobia, your racism, your xenophobia. You're canceled in my book.
But he's proven his inability to learn.
Right.
Or refusal to learn.
Right. But I can just see a memoir coming out in a couple of years when he's like, I've done better. I've realized my mistake. Like, nah, I don't care. If in 10 years you come back and say, wow, really messed that up, I don't care. I'm done with you. I don't ever want to hear from you again. Okay, I agree. So to I want to like talk about this herd mentality thing because that like mind blowing. I see that. I absolutely see that because there's times when I've caught a wave on IG or I really love Twitter these days. Like this Jeffree Star and Kanye thing. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe this.
Yeah, you
Canceling.
told me.
Yeah, I did. And then it was like, no. And you're like, that doesn't even make sense for Kanye's brand. It's like, yeah, you're right. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good check-in for my personal bias, I guess. I do want to also say that cancel culture is super ineffective. You cannot, it's like silly. You almost look really silly or crazy going all out canceling someone, and it's like you're gonna convince everyone who's messing with that person to cancel them, especially if they're a celebrity or on that level.
It's like it's so brazen too. Like this week on Clubhouse, there's a whole thing about canceling this young man. Apparently he claimed to, but they created an entire room that was like, I won't say his name, but the dude versus the people. And the dude wasn't even in the room. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Apparently he said something and they didn't even give him the opportunity to defend himself. Turns out like he did stretch the truth a little bit about a few things. But at the same time, like, come on, man, like this public display of like shaming. It's public shaming. It's
like the game. I'm thinking of the Game of Thrones.
Shame, exactly. Somebody referenced that in the room. You know, like that's not our place. And people are so volatile. You know what I mean? Like this public shaming shit and this cancel culture shit. It's like, man, like someone that's struggling with something, who knows what they're liable to do, and we think about that in hindsight. We should be thinking about that now.
That is a good point. Mental health is really important, especially these days. And I feel like the society is taking a closer look at mental health. And I can't imagine waking up one day and reading all of these nasty things about me. Like that's essentially how it happens, right? People wake up and they see all these news stories, and it's just like, wait, what?
Right.
It's crazy. I don't ever want that to happen to me. Like, I try to live life by the golden rule, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated, and like, I don't want to wake up to some crazy shit one day.
But I think eventually it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's happened to so many people, and especially now with all the social media outlets we have, TikTok, Clubhouse, Instagram, Snapchat, news outlets, Shade Room. There's so many ways people can get canceled. There's Reddit. There's so many.
Just too many idiots with power.
Too many idiots with
a voice.
with a login, with a handle that really believe everything that comes out of their mouth. They live by their own filter and don't realize that that's not how the whole world works. I agree. Cancel culture is toxic, but I do think there are some things that need to be, like, we're not putting up with this anymore. Like, there are some things that cross that line. I agree.
Facts.
But I think there's got to be more grace for people. Like, we got to go easy on ourselves. I feel like we like run on a hamster wheel, and for what?
Right.
To have all this debt, to be as unhappy for a 2-day weekend. Like, nah. Like, take it easy. The more of us that take it easy and have grace, the more that'll be herd mentality, and that it'll be cool to show people kindness.
So you're okay with herd mentality, just the right kind of herd
Absolutely.
mentality? Okay.
The right kind, and not just like subjectively, like objectively. Like, this is to be kind and to think of put someone before yourself, but because people take that overboard. But to be kind and to show grace, I think that's dope.
Okay.
And I think also for me, to be canceled is really embarrassing and shameful. And now that I've gone through a situation where I have been embarrassed on a public forum, I think that is what is like helping me through this, because like
Right.
I've literally been that person that has been attempted to be embarrassed, and
But it was by a fucking idiot.
absolutely. But like I said last episode, it was still embarrassing, and I don't ever want to do that to someone.
Right. But that's just not in you. You know what I'm saying?
But I think at one point it might have been. Like to check someone. You know I love to check someone.
Right.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would use that superpower to check the wrong person. Just because I felt like it.
You're
Toxic. I realize
bully.
that. I know that.
Mean old bully.
Yeah. Christina's actually really good at that. But she only uses that superpower for really justifiable situations. Christina can read someone their motherfucking rights.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Oh, Christina's so good at it because she's quiet. What is like
I'm watching you. I'm observing like a scientist.
Oh, Christina will stay quiet. She will
Scary
watch
as fuck.
you. Christina has a lot of clarity in life. She'll see someone do something and be like, oh, it's probably because of this and this. And it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. She's actually really good at reading people. But she's got that. We both, I think that's Adia's trait. We have a sharp tongue. We can be real slick with it.
You can be a real viper.
Yeah, and you are more of a, I'm a wait and really get you when it's, when
Right.
I'm good and ready. Whereas I'm like, strike now.
Yeah.
Strike while the iron's hot.
No,
Hot.
I definitely like Christina. Just kind of okay.
Because I don't want to regret what I say, or
Yeah.
With me, it's more.
What
I don't want to
I
let you know I'm coming. I'm gonna get you when you don't expect it.
no, I think
What
of
did
it more. I don't want to
lasagna?
regret it.
Live in silence.
Yeah, move in silence. Never let a nigga know you're gonna get.
But you got a slick mouth too. You're good at that too.
Yeah. for
Actually, you
sure.
both are really good at like, and it's because you guys are, you've watched them for a long time. You picked up on those patterns. Yeah, you guys are a lot like that. But this slick ass mouth has got me into some trouble. And I hope it doesn't get me canceled one day, but I also want to put what you put into the world is what you get out. So having grace for people, having grace for myself.
Yeah, I can't see that ever being you canceled. But that's the thing, like.
It happens to everyday people.
Yeah, but I've also seen people not let it happen, like Kevin Hart. It's like, no, fuck that. This is what it was. I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different person now. Get over it.
Yeah, and people, like, we have to, like, learn that we can unlearn certain things, and it's not who we are even a year ago was not absolute and who I'm going to be forever.
Yeah, don't go on an apology tour. Don't, you know.
Yeah. I don't like to give energy to things that don't really exist. So that's how exactly I think how I would work it. Like, yo, my bad. I've moved. I've grown up.
Yeah, there is the young girl that attacked the young man that thought he stole her cell phone or something like that.
Oh, I heard about this. I haven't seen the video.
Right. She's a dumb kid, but at the same time, she's a kid. You know, and
I saw it was like a meme, and she's like, "Okay, Gail, enough."
Right. And
bitch, do you know who Gail's best friend is?
Yeah,
that's like telling Oprah, chill.
And she's gonna get canceled for that. But at the same time, like, come on, guys, she's a child. She doesn't know who Gail King is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
she's 22.
She's going to learn. Give her a chance. And I think canceling kids, she's not a kid. She's 22. Canceling these young people or people in general, it's not right.
See, but I think opposite of you right now, because I think that girl needs a lesson, and I think
a lesson, not a life cancellation.
I don't think life cancellation, but I think that she needs to learn a tough lesson, and she's probably gonna learn it by being canceled or dragged through the mud.
I don't know much about her, but I'm pretty sure
I don't know much about her.
She's gonna have a hard time securing a job.
But
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, and I'm sure at this point, she's reflected. She knows what's up, and she probably knows where she went wrong at. So it's, you know, somebody needs to sit down and say,
hey. It just happened yesterday.
Nah,
no, it did not.
This was like
the interview with Gail King.
Nah, it was a couple days ago.
Dang, what is today? Saturday?
Yeah.
Oof, Lord. Fair. Okay. There's sometimes I still got that nasty side of me, like, good. They deserve that.
Yeah.
Which is terrible, but I got it. I gotta be honest.
I have that too.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a little pleasure in watching someone get what they deserve.
There are some people that I want to see them get their karma, or I want to be responsible for them getting their karma. And like, I know that's bad juju, but like I said, I got a nasty side to me.
But there's limits, you know.
Yeah.
Permanently scarred. I don't want them to.
Yeah. And I just don't want my hands dirty like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the reason someone is in a funk or stoops into a depression. I don't want that on my hands. That's bad karma.
Right.
All right. So we're deciding that cancel culture is toxic. It doesn't work. But there are some things that absolutely need to be canceled. I want to say that more eloquently, but I can't think of it.
Nah, I think that sums it up. Right?
That we should be very choosy with what we're saying we're canceling.
I think we should treat, people with a little bit more respect, even when they're wrong. We give them a chance. Our entire justice system is kind of flawed in that way, and we're taking that flaw and we're applying it to everyday life.
And I think there's a way to take the L. Like, if you have been, if a tweet resurfaces and you said some wild stuff.
Yeah, I think we should preference. If you double down, you deserve what you got coming. Mm-hmm. But if you're like, yo, like, that ain't me, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Like, I've unlearned that, or I've learned this. Yeah. There's grace for that. But I'm always like, your actions will always tell me everything I need to know about you, your patterns. I am not listening to what you're saying. I'm watching what you do. I'm always been like that. And that's how I would measure that. Like, are you operating in a way that you've learned or unlearned something? So you got to watch people. You got to, like, keep your wits about you. I think it's important.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to keep your wits about you. What do you think, Christina?
I agree.
All right, I want to do this true crime segment. Let's explain what's going on.
What do you mean?
What we're gonna do in this new segment. We're calling this our true crime segment. If you got a cooler name for that, let me know. True crime with Christina. I love the reverb. It makes me sound so powerful. All right, true crime. Christina, you're gonna give us a rundown of your favorite true crime stories that you're listening to these days.
Sure.
Put some people on. If you are in I feel like true crime I think a lot of people are into it these days.
A lot of people, even like my students, we like share like documentaries and YouTube videos and stuff.
That is so cool. Okay, so put us on to some of your favorites right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about this really good documentary called Unseen, which is about this serial killer named Anthony Sowell. But the documentary doesn't focus on, well, it does focus on obviously what he did, but it's more focused on the women who survived encounters with him. So it's called Unseen, right? So it takes place in Cleveland. This is like 2009. And in 2009, they arrest this man named Anthony Sowell. They go into his house, and it's basically like a crack den in there. He's very addicted to drugs.
It's a crack den?
A crack den.
It's essentially crack. Literally.
Crack house is not even is a den. Like,
is a den.
That's why.
The women literally describe the smell of just like poop, disgustingness everywhere. Okay, but the like killer is that the police also find 11 bodies in his home, both like buried in the backyard, but also just like out in the open.
Girl, what?
Yeah, he was mutilating all these women, but nothing ever came of it. No one ever caught him because these women were prostitutes or these women were addicted to drugs. Yeah, and they would escape his house and go out into the streets bloodied, battered, like obviously in trouble, and people would just ignore them. Like many of the women, different women.
Stop. They would go out into the street bloody and battered. And
asking for help, begging for help, screaming, running away.
They'd ignore them.
And they would be ignored. Like,
where is this taking place?
This is taking place in Cleveland. And not too long ago. Like, I was graduating high school in 2009.
Yeah, you were.
So, it's pretty recent.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so these women were unseen.
What?
And that's what the documentary sort of dives into. So it's like a really interesting edge, but just the horrific descriptions of what he did. One woman describes, I think it was his last victim. Maybe not. But this woman describes, like, she was looking for some fun. He passed her. He was like, oh, you want to go drink at my house? It's my birthday. Come over. She's like, okay, fine. I'm going to get drugs. I'm going to get drunk, blah, 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 blah. So she goes over to this guy's house. Man, like, rapes her all night long. And then she's trying to figure out how to get out. So she asks to go to the bathroom in the morning. And so she's walking to the bathroom. He's following right behind her. And she happens to look to the side and looks in through this doorway. And she describes seeing a dead body with the head cut off and disgustingness, just like casually in this guy's spare bedroom.
This is the same guy you started talking about?
Yeah, this is Anthony Sowell's house. Yeah. And so she has to go to the bathroom. He's standing outside the bathroom door. She thinks that he's realized what she's seen. So she has to go to the bathroom like nothing's happened. She has to play it totally cool, which for me is so enraging. I'm like, oh, God.
Hell yeah, me too.
Oh, God. She comes out of the bathroom. He's like trying to convince her to stay. I'm sorry. Did you have a question?
No, I was gonna ask what happened, but you're telling me. Go ahead.
So no, you don't have a question, but you were gonna ask what happened. Okay. So she comes out of the bathroom. She convinces him that everything's fine. Like she has to like soothe him into letting her go. She's like, oh no, it was a little bit rougher than I usually like, but nothing happened here tonight. Like blah blah blah. I'm just gonna go home. Blah 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 blah. And so he like walks her. She just describes.
Wait, so she's trying to play it cool.
She's trying to play
so he
it cool.
doesn't kill her.
Exactly.
Oof. I got a story when you're done. Go ahead.
Okay. So she describes this like walk towards the front door, and it's just like so intense, so terrifying. And she's one of the women who runs out screaming eventually for help and gets laughed at by this group of churchgoers who just completely ignore her. She runs into a pizza parlor and like begs to use the phone, and they say no.
Dude, sometimes church people are the most embarrassing things
seriously.
ever. Like,
Seriously.
that's embarrassing.
So it's just like a really interesting documentary. It has that edge. It also has like obviously the true crime edge, and just like
there's so many layers to it though, because women, how many times as a woman have you had to play it cool or like pander to a man's ego for safety?
Oh my! Why you gotta turn this into some man hate?
No, but I'm saying like
just pander to somebody.
Like that is, I've had to do that before.
Yeah.
So because if there's been a moment where I was in not a scary situation, but it could have been scary if I didn't have the smarts, the tools, the quip to like it was a man pandered to a man's ego so he didn't do something crazy to me. I've had to do that.
Yeah, I was just telling somebody about, remember that 10-minute date I went on that I
Yeah.
had to escape from?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like this man just wanted to meet at a bar, but then he's texting me to go to his hotel, and I'm just kind of straight up, I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah, do you want to like tell the story?
I'm telling it.
Oh, okay.
I'm jumping in.
Maybe more specific.
Okay, so this is the 10-minute date that really did terrify me. I was like, I was honestly scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, but
No.
for me, it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. So I'm on my way to this bar, where I'm supposed to meet this guy. This is someone I had met on the dating apps, Richard. So
Is this
it's not my current dating app, Hinge. It was a different dating app. We all know what it was. So I'm going to this bar to meet this guy, but he's like, oh, I'm stuck at my hotel. Oh, like something happened. So I can tell he's trying to get me to change my destination to his hotel. And I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm not going to wait for him to like get to the point. Like I'm just cutting to the chase. I'm like, I'm not going to be doing that tonight. Blah, 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 blah. It's not what I'm interested in. And then he just was like, what? How could you think that's what I was trying to do? And I'm like, oh, my bad, bro. Like, I'm just going off my past experiences. So my bad. But like, if that's not what I'm trying to do.
So hold on. Time out. You met this guy on an app that's known for what? Like, what's the purpose of this app?
Dating.
Dating or other things?
The purpose is dating, but the
Okay.
connotation associated with it, yes, is probably more so for hooking up.
The widely known connotation. So like we all know that app is for
Hooking up.
hooking up.
Sure.
Right, but I also want to preface that by saying like hookup culture is what it is, and it's everywhere right now.
Yeah, and I'm really straightforward with what I'm looking for and what I'm not looking for.
Yeah.
So, but do you let it be known, like, I'm on this app, I'm not looking for the casual hookup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually do that before I would ever like meet up with someone, even before I would chat with them extensively.
Okay. So you're putting it out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Continue.
So where this is all happening over text. I'm like, okay, bro, like whatever, I'm just going off my past experience, got to protect myself out there.
Yeah.
Right.
He gets to the bar, and while he's hugging me and greeting me for the first time, he's in my ear, still hugging me, but also saying like, how could you think that about me? Like,
I have to get this guy.
me.
Whoa.
I can't. I
He's
literally
gaslighting
can't.
me, and he just continues to do that for the first 10 minutes.
That to the mic and play it. That's good.
Yeah, he needed to.
Get the fuck out of here.
And it just continued
Dude,
for the remaining 8 minutes of that date.
a man who gaslights you. Oh my god.
It was so crazy, and I was conceding. I was like, "Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Talk about.
I
how
apologize."
You got out of it. How you pandered
So,
to him.
no, I didn't. I actually didn't pander to him.
She just used her tools to
Oh, okay.
I
keep
just
herself
sorry.
safe.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't go too hard on him.
Okay, go ahead.
Is what really happened. So I guess in a way that is pandering.
No, I mean it's not really pandering. You used your tools. It was necessary.
I used my tools.
It was necessary to.
So, here are the tools, though. So before we get into the tools in my head were like, okay, first of all, I Ubered there because I was like, it's a bar. I'm going to drink. I don't want to drink and drive. I'm a good girl. So I was like,
Too much
I
to lose.
can't. I was like, I can't just sneak out the door. That's not an option for me. Like, I have to order the Uber. blah, 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 blah. My other option is like I can go to the bathroom and order the Uber and then run out the door. I can sit through this date and like try to see if something endearing comes out soon, or I can pick a fight and end this date and get the heck out of there. So, of course, I chose, and my friends would all know that I picked a fight.
Pick a fight. I agree.
And so it was so easy to pick a fight. All I had to say was, I don't agree with your point. And at that point, he was like,
"Woo!"
That's all it took.
And I had already like mentioned a couple times. I was like, okay, well, this doesn't seem to be going well. So if you want to go, like, or I can go. And he was like, what? You want to leave? And I'm like, well, I don't think it's going really well. And so then that wasn't working. The polite exit wasn't working. So next option, pick a fight. And I said, I don't agree with your point. And he was like, you don't agree with my point? And I said, no. And he was like, well, I think you should go. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye. Because like
Who says that? I think you should go.
Yeah.
This is a bar.
He dismissed you.
I can stay.
First of all, I'm scared. What's going to happen if I go meet you at your hotel? What are your intentions when we both already decided that
Now,
that
was
was not
was
our
he in
intention?
town just like for business or
No,
something? Why was he at a hotel?
Because he lived in SF and we were like in Sunnyvale, I think.
So he got a hotel. He had high expectations. High hopes.
I think it was like a work thing.
Gotcha.
And he happened to have a hotel for the night. But yeah, no, he didn't get the hotel room for me as far as I know. Maybe he did. Maybe that's why he was so mad.
Men are dogs.
But I don't care.
Some
Like,
men are, some men are
down.
dogs. I will elaborate on my
Men
man
are
point
dogs.
because we got a question about it on the IG, so I do want to touch on it.
Hold
So
on, but
I
remember when
do.
I asked you to plug up the computer? Remember that?
Yes, and it's plugged up.
Okay.
but can I finish on what the terrifying part is? Because I realize this date story is really not that scary. But the terrifying part for me was, is it dead? Are we not even recording anymore?
No, we're good, but we're about to die. I just noticed.
It's in.
Continue.
We're not going to die.
Oh,
Christina,
you're
it's
right.
plugged in behind you.
What?
The box.
Little white box. Oh my god.
Right in the extension cord behind you. No. By the TV. It obviously got undone.
241. We're flagging this. This is a
Flag, huge flag.
241. 241. Near the charter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
You sure you don't want a camera on you? That was
don't.
good.
I do not.
Oh my god. Oopsie, it's not even close.
I know. I just wanted that reaction. I felt like I was going to get something.
We both get excited.
All right. Thank you for plugging that up. We're at 5%. All right. So
A lot of women have that tool in their toolbox of like pandering to men or being nicer than we should because we just don't want to piss them off.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what some men are capable of. Like there's so many stories of men just losing it.
Yep.
Absolutely losing it, and because of the ego.
Yep.
The ego is a man's ego is crazy. I've done that before, where I was like, oh, either I figured out, oh no, like this guy is got a crazy streak, and I don't want to die. So I'm going to be really, really, really sweet and try to get out this the kindest way I can. And then something happened where he said something stupid to me, and I was like, pick a fight and get him to leave, because it happened here. Like, okay.
Like at your house?
Get him to, like, here, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, because when you're polite, and if it's not what they want, it's so much harder.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's so much harder to get taken seriously. And it's so much to get, it's hard to get out of it without making them pissed off.
So being direct in those situations. Like, hey,
Oh, hell no. Don't be direct.
Yeah.
Pander.
Make them pissed off about something that has nothing to do with their ego and is going to make them feel rejected.
100%. You want to be as sweet as possible.
Make
because
them think that they were the ones who wanted to leave.
you want to, yep.
Okay.
And I thank God in that situation for me, I saw the opportunity and I took it. Boom.
Yep.
Boom.
That's exactly it.
Took it.
I was scared of pissing him off, and I was scared of the unknown reaction.
And it worked like a charm. I remember telling some girlfriends about it, and they were like, I'm really glad that you had the, and I think it's normalized for women. She said, I'm really glad you had the street smarts to know,
Street smarts.
I can't talk. Street smarts to know to just keep it cool and look for the opening, because people know me, I love to pop off.
Yeah.
And it
Wasn't the time.
no, hell no. Because as a woman, I have those tools. Like, nope, don't do that. Don't say something crazy. Because especially if the man is bigger than me, please.
You've both had situations where you felt like that was the only option.
Yeah, and like people have worse situations than this.
Oh yeah.
Way worse. And that's crazy. And it's one of those things that women go through that men don't really know about.
Well, yeah. Especially because it sounds like both of these guys left unchecked.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that guy tried to come back weeks later like they always do. And
did you let him know? Like, what's up?
oh, hell yeah. I was like,
good.
hey, I thought I made it. He's like, he hit me up 2 weeks later and was like, so you're not going to apologize?
For what?
That's
for the
crazy.
fight you picked.
For the fight I picked.
Okay.
And I was like, nah, I wasn't really, like, I'm over this. I'm done. I was really uncomfortable when you left. I did not feel safe. I was in my home. I don't need to not feel safe in my own home, so no, I'm good. And then he's like, I don't know, like, gaslighting. I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, I'm actually
see if you listen
trying to
me
come
and
see you.
Get that thing. You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, I know.
Get
Pull
what
that,
thing?
Pull that thing out.
What thing?
Dang.
You talking about a gun?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not against getting a gun for protection.
I'm not either.
I've been telling her to get a gun for a minute.
I really think that we need to go to the shooting range and become comfortable with it, because I think I'd be really afraid.
I got you. We don't need to go. Yeah, we can go to the shooting range.
I want to be educated.
Yeah, where were you gonna shoot? Cans in your backyard?
Nah, we got places to go, but
Like what?
like where?
Yeah.
A lot of places to go.
Out in nature, that'd be fun.
Nature.
Yeah, out in
this
nature.
is not about fun.
It's about
Oh.
survival.
About feeling safe.
I know, but like my best friend, not that she's like comfortable with guns, but she's gone to the shooting range, so she's done it before. She knows.
I don't
what
even
it's
know if
like.
I'm uncomfortable. I
think
don't
I
have
would be. I
any
think-
kind of exposure to them.
Women are typically better shots than men.
Oh,
I'm
that's no
not-
surprise.
I'm not surprised by that at
yeah,
all.
no.
I think we're able to focus on that type of thing. But
No, yeah.
But hold on, to bring it back real quick. Yes, that is one tool people have. Now I lost my train of thought. I think every girl's done that. Pander to a man.
But
Pander to somebody.
I'm not gonna go around
Out of
carrying
survival.
a gun, like a concealed weapon all the time. So
Tell
I
me
don't.
Yeah,
know.
I'm not either. But I'm saying like it's important to have other kinds of tools.
Yeah.
That's
I
exactly
was
what
saying
I'm
when you're
agreeing
at your
with you.
home, you should never be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
in your own house.
And that what pissed me off with that guy. Like,
Right.
I'm in my home. I pay the rent here. Like,
Right,
my name
right.
is on the lease, not yours. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, no, he tried to come by. He was like, I'm in the area.
Oh, he
Can
tried
I
to come
see-"
to the
Oh,
to the
yeah.
pad?
Can I come see you? I have a feeling he was sitting outside, and I was like, no. I was like, I don't know how to be more clear with you. And he wanted to, like, every motherfucker on the block wants to. I want to come. Let's talk about it in person. Nah.
Don't say every motherfucker. See, I'm not for
Nah.
the broad, men bashing. Like,
Okay, I'm
there's
not.
some solid niggas out there.
All right. Yeah. You're right. But I'm gonna. Maybe I should just elaborate on the man thing, because we got a comment on IG saying like, because I said I think men have a lot of value, and I do think men have a lot of value. I think, but let me be specific. Let me not mince words again. I think men in my life have a lot of value, and as we've all learned today, that I have a pretty hard exterior, and it's really hard for me to let anybody in, and so like if I've let you in, it's because there's value. So like men in my life, like my dad, my grandpa, my best friend's husband, my friend's boyfriend that I really adore, this man sitting on the couch over here. Like, I think that I have really quality men in my life, and it's because I vetted them out, or my friends have dated them, or I've met them, or we have a friendship. So like, I don't mean like random guys you're seeing. I don't like, I don't even, if I see you at the grocery store, I'm gonna keep it moving. Like, it's like, I don't even see you, I'm sleep to it. But I think men in my life have a lot of value. I really appreciate, like, my dad is, you know, that's my homie. Richard is like my go-to for literally everything. I don't know how many times you've saved me off the side of a road.
It's been
a couple. There was one time I busted, what was it, my tire?
Right.
A tire, and my knee-jerk reaction is to call Richard, and like, I realize that is something I really enjoy about our friendship. Like, I will call you, and it's not a thing. It's like, all right, what you need. I never feel weird about calling you, and I appreciate that because it's really hard for me to take help or to count on someone, but I'm very like, and it's almost like too comfortable for me to lean on you about something. But like, the one time I busted a tire on the side of the road, I call you, you come, you were on your way to work, and you were like,
not a lot of people I do that for you too.
Yeah, and I know that, and I just appreciate having men in my life that will like help me out with things, especially because like it wasn't always like that for me, you know? So I will be very specific that men in my life have a lot of value, and I think you gotta give people their flowers while they can smell them.
For sure. I like your beanie, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I love my beanie. It's my favorite one so far. So let me be very clear about that. But like randos, I don't even see you. And like men that come into my life, they gotta go through just as many hoops. Like, I'm gonna watch you before I say anything.
Now, see, here's the thing. Because if you were talking about the guy I think you know in your last story, you didn't let me vet this guy.
No, I think this was like way before you.
Oh, this is not our last guy?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't let me vet this guy.
Not a Fisher guy.
In fact, I think I did vet this guy, and you're like, nah.
The one before, yeah.
No. This last dude that be flexing on the gram.
You were about it, but you're right. But how long did I have to watch him to say anything? A long time. This guy that I'm talking about that scared me in my own home and I felt unsafe was like, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Was a long time ago. So yeah, men in my life have a lot of value, and you got to give people flowers while they can smell them. And I think that especially right now, like, it is her mentality to bash men, and I agree. Some of them really do. Like, you got to put these people in their place. Like, sometimes men would, they'd rather storm the Capitol than go to therapy. I completely agree with that. But I keep seeing that tweet or that meme, and it's so true. It's crazy. Like, men would really rather beat women than go to therapy. They would really rather scare women in their own home than go to therapy or deal with their shit. And I can't respect someone who's not willing to learn something. But like, men in my life, solid, because I vetted them out, because I put them through the ringer, or like I watched them and I got to know that pattern.
Yeah.
So I will say that. But yeah, randos, you're right. Nah, we keep it moving. Where do you put, I don't want this podcast to be all about men, because honestly there's so many more interesting things, but I do.
Wow, see, that's another slight at
I don't, yeah, there are more interesting things than men. Do you, like, what is this?
This is your
This is not short but not so men podcast. Like, come on. Short now but not so sweet. We keep it short and sweet. Short but maybe not so sweet.
Okay.
I guess a little sweet though. I said men in my life have a lot of value.
Right.
I'll stand by that.
You're right.
What do you think, Christina? Like, I would love to hear someone's thoughts other than mine on this, and not Richard's, because he's a man. Go ahead.
I agree with men in my life have a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
I really love that you can call Richard to come and help you fix a tire. Because, like, you could call me, but we'd be just like two idiots.
And I would end up calling Richard anyway.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about when I called Richard anyway. Go ahead, go on. I'll tell it after.
But I don't know about you vetting out men for her, Richard. I don't know that you need to do that.
Why not? She will tell you I'm an excellent judge of character.
I think you and Christina both are, but Christina,
I would definitely say Christina, her opinion would definitely come before mine.
But I do always get your opinion on things.
Maybe when she like chooses a boyfriend, but if it's just a date, I don't think you need to ask Richard. I think Richard will have too high of a standard.
I'm talking about.
Sometimes you gotta, you can't trust those first impressions.
Nah, trust me. I'm constantly on Vic to kind of like, hey, give him a chance.
Yeah, that's true.
That's me. That's
about who?
About pretty much
all the people.
Because I'm a harsh critic. Yeah. I gotta knock it off. I see that.
Oh, you mean with people in general?
No, dudes too. It's like Vic's got a hard exterior. A guy smiled at her one time. I don't know if we talked about this before, but like I was like, "Hey, this nigga smiling at you, Vic," and she literally was like, "Boo." Like, can I help you? This nigga's fucking with me.
Yes, she does it all the time. It's like actually a little bit annoying.
It's like, hey, like you never know. That could have been the one. He could have been the dude.
I know. She has like crazy reasons for cutting men out.
Yeah, she was like,
I do.
He's literally waiting for a bus. It's like, so what?
Oh,
he commutes.
He's lame. He doesn't have money. Blah, 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 blah.
We were like going to get food and we were driving and this man was staring. I was like, what is he looking at?
He was, and I'm like, Vic, he's smiling at you. Like he likes you.
And I was like, that's ridiculous. He's walking across the street. What do you mean he likes me? Like, he's just staring.
Yeah, but that's the intro.
Yeah, you're like crazy sometimes. So I do agree that this should not be a hate men thing.
Yeah, I do not.
Not that we do. We do not.
I don't, yeah. But I'm also like not trying to like, men. Like, nah.
But I also don't want to like try to pretend like men don't have as much privilege as they have because they have a lot of privilege.
Yeah, let's not.
Whoa,
exactly.
Whoa.
You're going to try to argue that men have privilege?
No, but why are we even debating that? Like, who said that we didn't? Like,
this is what I'm wondering about your objection to every comment Vicky makes. Is it that you're trying to make sure that we understand that not all men fit into that category?
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. I see that.
I think it's a common thing amongst some women to just kind of, men are trash, men are shit, men are dogs, men are, it's like, we're not all dogs.
Okay, so you would prefer if she said some men?
Speak specifically
men
to the
men.
men.
Not in my life. Men that are not in my life.
Yeah.
But Richard, when I'm saying men are trash, like, why do you, I'm not talking about you. I'm telling you men are trash. Like, why would I tell someone I think is, nah, that's just not the thing.
All right, I'll chill.
I used to chill. I like that edge.
I do too.
And I like that perspective.
It's helpful.
I wonder where it comes from.
But a long time ago, I was, men are trash. And I think that's where you are operating from too. But I've come to like men, specifically men in my life, are not.
For sure.
And a lot of men in my life are through my relationships. My friend, my best friend's husband, love him. Love him for her. I think he's a great guy. Count on him for help. My dad, count on him for help. Count on him to be a guide. My friends' boyfriends, like I think about me as like I am really good at making friends with the significant other. And especially like if they're my girlfriend and they're attached to a man, like I take pride in like building those relationships because I think it's important to like be able to like to get along with your friends' significant others, especially when they're a man. I think sometimes it's not easy to build friendships with them because there's always that like, oh, there has to be something underlying for men and women to be friends. It's like, nah, sometimes they're just friends.
Yeah, no, I've always had good relationships with women outside of my relationship.
Same.
It's dope that my girl, she's just super secure.
That is dope.
She ain't worried about them.
Yeah.
So.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
that's something that I worry about sometimes, like, because people have that idea, right? Like, no one knows how to be a friend. It's like, no, I pride myself in being a really good friend. I know how to be a friend, man or woman or whatever. I can be your friend, and that's what it is.
It's true.
So yeah. Richard, moving forward, when I say men are trash, I don't mean you.
But I do agree, you do need to be more conscious of some.
Totally, especially now, like, I've created a space for me to say something. Like, I don't want men to hear this and think that I think they're trash. I don't.
They're not. And they have feelings, which I just came to realize.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid, but I honestly just came to realize that. Maybe it's because they're embracing and
You're talking
acting,
to me,
speaking
or?
on. No, I mean men in general.
Yeah, we got feelings, man.
I know.
Like,
I just didn't really think
wish
about it as
men
much
would.
before.
I think people should just be more transparent.
I think a real man will,
Yeah, a real man
express
will,
that they have feelings.
Yeah, for sure.
You
And
know,
that's the type of energy I'm trying to radiate. So.
Yeah, something I was always remember about my dad is that he was not afraid. Like, when things got tough, he was not afraid to show emotion.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen my dad cry on a couple of occasions, and he gets really emotional when he's talking about something he's proud of, and like, I've seen men show emotion. So it's like I have that foreground of it, and I just wish more men would say what it is.
Nah, yeah, and I mean, we do have. I think we talked about it before. I'm not sure if it was on the pod about that toxic masculinity,
Mm-hmm.
And I joke with you about it, but it's true, You got a lot of guys out there raising their boys to don't cry, they'll be like a girl, don't be like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey man, like,
That's not the way we're riding anymore. Like, it's cool to be transparent. It's cool to, like, talk about your feelings.
Right.
Toxic masculinity is not the way for men to survive either.
Absolutely not.
It's not, because women are finding that voice and finding that place in life where it's like, nah, we're tired of this.
Right.
I think it's on to new things, but I did want to clarify what I meant. So yeah, if you are a man in my life, I'm gonna give you your flowers while you can smell them, because I think it's important.
For sure.
You gotta tell people you love them when you can, because that is, I think, we talked about regret too. Like, how bad would it be to regret not telling someone you love them or what you appreciate about them? Christina and our friends have this tradition where we'll go around and do, like, shout outs, like, on their birthday.
Okay.
And I love it because it's like you get to tell, like, how often do you get to tell someone, like, hey, like, I really love you and I really love spending time with you. And, it's like, I don't start off every conversation like that, telling someone what I love about them. But it's nice to take a moment and, like, yo, I think this is really dope about you. I really appreciate you for this.
I mean, I totally agree. That's dope. That's really dope. But there is a line, like, that's been crossed a couple of times with me with other guys, just being way too fucking emotional. It's,
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not talking about just expressing how they feel. It's just like.
But I also think that is coming from people who don't really know you. Because it's. You also have a tough exterior, but it's a lot easier to break down. And you are a lot more willing than a lot of people to, like, give someone a chance.
Am I, though?
Richard, I have never seen you judge someone off a first impression.
Right. So my exterior, is it that tough?
I don't think it's tough in the sense it's, like, hard to get through. I think it's tough in a sense to read.
Okay.
Where do you stand on things?
I could see that for sure.
Is he just being nice because he's nice, or is he vibing with me?
No, for sure. Yeah, and I mean, mostly, more than likely, if we're, talking, it's probably because we're vibing. I have a hard time entertaining fake shit, bullshit. So I won't even entertain it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't, you know what I'm saying? And I can't fake the funk and put on a face for you. There's people in real life, or, like, that I just can't. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to fuck with you, because I don't. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
And I think that's a good funk not to fake.
Yeah.
I don't like to fake that shit either. Like, nah. Life is super short, and, like, my time is so valuable. I don't want to fake. I don't want to do something I ever don't want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spend time doing shit I don't want to do, because time is valuable. So like, I don't want to pretend to like you. I agree. I think it's an interesting aspect because people who have known you, like you do have that, mysterious isn't the right word, but like unknown, and like for Christina too, actually, this like unknown thing, and then I got you guys on a podcast.
Yeah.
Where you kind of have to spill your guts sometimes.
I definitely choose who's a part of my life.
Yes.
I think that's key. Like guarding your energy. I think that's key.
Yeah. You two do that really well. But Christina has that, like, it's hard. Like, she'll be nice to you.
Right.
But is she going to crack a joke? Or are you going to see the silly side? And same with you.
Right.
Like, you are actually really silly. You love to have a good time.
Absolutely.
But not everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I was to tell people that, they'd be like, yeah, he's a nice guy, but he's silly. Like, yeah, bruh, he's always silly.
Always. That's the only way to be. To me.
100%.
Like, but if I don't fuck with you, like, I'm not giving you my energy. I think you really need to be careful about guarding that energy and letting good shit in. If it's not good, like vibrations or whatever, like, if you're not operate on the same frequency, then don't let that person in. Like, that's key. Not just for the sake of doing it. And I see that a lot. You know, a lot of people just seek that attention and just want to be friends with every fucking body. It's like, nah, man, you really can't. You know, there's some people out there that might operate in the same space, you know, might have similar things in common with you, but it's like, no, I'm cool. Like, I don't fuck with you.
But I like the contrast of you guys, like, having that outside thing, and then you guys are cornered every Saturday here with me, telling stories, speaking on things. So shout out to you guys.
Thanks.
For going on this ride with me, even though I know you both are like, oh, come on.
No, I'm not tripping.
Oh.
Nobody's like that.
Okay. See, that's a personal bias I
Just
had.
because we have mics in front of us doesn't mean we're going to start letting niggas in.
I don't think you're going to let people in, and like, but you people are getting to see a different side of you that know you or may not know you but know of you. And I think it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think about that aspect of participating in this.
You're welcome.
So now I have to think about that.
Oh, no. No, both of you don't overthink it. It's good.
No, I mean, I just need to reflect on it because I love reflecting.
Okay.
So there's going to be a bunch of corny niggas out there that think they know me.
You guys, no. No, we're not going to die. No, Vicky, no! No, Christina, no! Don't go back on what we've started here, okay? Yeah. The biggest feedback I got from the last pod is that you needed a mic.
We got it right now.
I was like, oh, this is a good story to tell. We've actually this is our 4th episode that we've recorded. But, I'll take responsibility for this a little bit. I'm the only one who had headphones up until this episode, and the last 2 episodes I said, yeah, sounds great. And then the audio, when Richard would play it back, was like, nah, this ain't it. And I was like, oops.
Nah, that's not your fault.
I know, but I was going to take responsibility.
Okay.
I did take responsibility.
Yeah.
But it did sound like, the way it sounds in the headphones right now is how every other episode has sounded. No lie.
Yeah, well, it's not.
I know, it didn't really work.
Yeah.
But I was saying that to say that you've opened up, and you opened up on the other, a lot on the other 2 episodes that we're not going to ever see, so we'll have to get back there. We'll have to find a way back to it.
Yeah.
But the feedback, that's what I was talking about. I'm really sorry, y'all. Woof. Feedback was that you needed a mic. Little did everybody know, we've already recorded 4 episodes, and you had a mic
In the other ones.
immediately in the other ones. But this is the only one they're actually going to hear.
Yeah.
Because
You're welcome.
we can't use the last 2.
Yeah.
Which was good for, like, we were really frustrated about it, but it was good. Everything happens for a reason, and we're not really sure what the reason is, but it's a lesson learned. So, like, every mistake is good if you've learned a lesson, and I think we learned a huge lesson.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, this is new territory, so it's kind of, mistakes have always been more important to me than anything else. I learned way more from my mistakes than anything.
Oh, so you think mistakes are a good thing? People should learn from them.
Did I ever say they shouldn't? Mistakes are a good thing.
Are they?
Oh, God, what? What are you pointing out here?
Your cancel culture
Your first protection.
you're like, I don't know. I think cancel culture is good.
I think we ended it on like fuck cancel culture.
Yeah,
now.
no, we did.
Yeah. But like, there are some things that need to be canceled. Yes, I need to be less of a harsh judge on things because I don't know everything. And like, if I was judged for things I've done, ooh, Lord, please. I'm gonna never be able to live down some things.
Okay, I was more making a joke. I didn't mean to bring you back on
Oh,
this
okay. Sorry.
topic we've already discussed at length.
It didn't have a jokey tone.
Oh, okay.
Make it more
Does
jokey
Christina
next
have a
time.
jokey tone?
Yeah. I feel like I'm usually.
Sometimes, yeah, I think sometimes people can't tell that I'm joking.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you were joking just now. And I'm your
That's a lot.
sister.
And you've known her for.
What do I need to do? What do I need to be like Carrot Top over here?
Oh, yeah. What would you? I found Carrot Top really annoying.
I think that's cool. Like, I'm a dry, humor person. So.
Did you know I was joking then?
Nah, but sometimes I laugh when I think you're being serious. Just because I fuck with dry humor. I'm like, she's just doing that thing she does.
Yeah, most of the time I'm probably just joking.
Okay. See.
But sometimes you're really dry. But I think really dry humor takes a different level of intelligence, honestly. And sometimes
I think you're
miss
also
it.
scared that I'm actually feeling the way. I think you're also just scared of what I'm thinking at that moment.
Oh, I already said it, that you're the person I'm scared of in my life. I'm not scared of anyone except you.
I'll try to exaggerate more.
Please.
Might be helpful.
Oh.
What does that sound like?
Like in a jokey tone, yeah.
Does it sound
What?
like you exaggerating?
I don't know. I gotta practice. What was the comment I made? I'm like, oh, so you think learning's a good thing?
Yeah, she would be like, oh, so you think learning is a good thing? And then I would know she was joking.
Okay, but that sounded corny. I don't want to be
But
like
I was
that.
exaggerating.
All right,
I didn't
fine.
miss anything.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll work on that one.
We'll figure it out. All right. Anyways, what music we're listening to right now? Like I said, we recorded that last episode back in December 16th to be exact. And Jasmine Sullivan had just put out 2 singles, and now the whole EP is out. It's out. I think it's called Hotels. Why are people spelling ho, Heaaux?
I know, like the French.
I don't like it.
Is that like a French thing or something?
I think
I think
so.
To make it fancy.
But it's ho, right? If I'm saying that wrong, please someone tell me what's up, because I have no idea. Oh my god. And you asked me this morning, is Jasmine Sullivan on some man bashing shit? I think no, I don't think she is at all. I think she's had her heart broken. And you can see that in some of the songs.
It like that?
I mean, you said it in a text, so I'm putting my own steez on it.
Yeah, I know.
The Richard in my head has said it like that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's exactly. Is she on some man bashing shit? That's exactly how you'd say it.
You're right.
Like jokey, but like also like, is she? But she's. Oof, I love Jasmine Sullivan. I feel like she has a very specific fan following, and like if you fuck with Jasmine Sullivan, you're always gonna fuck with her. Like, born in a heartbeat, oof, more than the air I breathe. Like, if you love that song, you love all her music.
Damn.
Was that the first song that came out with Missy Elliott? Yeah, with Missy Elliott.
I fuck with the lions and tigers and bears.
Oh, such a
You know,
good
sing
book.
it for us.
She's got no skips. They're all great.
Yeah, I listened to it. There were some
What did you
skips.
think of it as an artist? What did you think?
I skipped around. I
Oh.
mean, more for the sake of time.
She's
But I
got a lot of
definitely liked it.
interludes, which
Yeah,
I don't like.
I wasn't following. I didn't follow. That's why I was asking. Like, is this on some man bashing shit?
Got it. Okay, the whole album's telling a story. Because
Okay.
in between every song is a tale,
Right.
which is, I just put that together. But
I think she has a beautiful voice, though.
Insane.
But that shouldn't go. I shouldn't go without saying that. Like, she is always.
She's an incredible artist. Yeah. I would love to see Jasmine Sullivan in concert. I would love to see her like at one of those like intimate ones. What is the one in Oakland? Yoshi's? Like a Yoshi situation where you're sitting there chilling and it's super intimate. I would love to see her like that. But yeah, Hotels, go get that. Pick Up Your Feelings. She's got a song with her on it. She's got a song with Anderson .Paak, who I really love. But she's on some like grown woman shit
you call him
too.
Anderson .Paak?
What do you call him?
Anderson .Paak.
I call it Pac.
Okay.
Is it Anderson Paak?
Yeah.
I've heard Pac too.
It's okay.
Okay, dang. Another read session. All right, Anderson Paak. Yeah, she's on some grown woman shit. She's over here talking about put it down as like if you're nasty, I'll pay your rent for you. Like, she's grown.
Yeah.
She's not worried about the air she breathes, and she ain't counting down no more. She paying bills out here.
She tricking, huh?
She's grown.
Okay.
Are you guys listening to any albums?
Cleo Soul.
Okay. What's up? Put us on.
Rose in the Dark is the album.
Mm-hmm.
She's dope. She just got a grown-up vibe. I like it.
Cleo Soul.
I listen to a lot of young, ignorant music.
Yeah,
so
you do.
Sometimes I put on, I got to ground myself and listen to some grown-up R&B, and she is that. She's
Okay.
dope.
Okay. Christina, do you wanna put it out there?
No, thank you.
Actually, you've been listening to a lot of old Rihanna lately, which I've been loving. You've been listening to the Unapologetic album.
Oh yeah, that's such a good album.
So good. What was that song?
What don't you want to put out there?
I've been listening to what Vicky's been listening to. I've been enjoying Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
But yeah, the Unapologetic one, it was that
Love
one
Song
with Future. Yeah, Love
with
Song.
Future. Your boy.
That's my boy.
It's a good song. Brings me back.
I don't know Future, but I fuck with all things Future.
I forgot that they put that song out together. But that, I think old Rihanna classics are always they're always a vibe.
Yeah, she's
Agreed.
Yeah. We waiting on that album, girl, but I'm gonna wait patiently.
I'm waiting on that Playboy Cardi Deluxe. What you mean?
I don't mess with it. Something about the satanic album artwork, I can't mess with.
It's not though. See, that's the thing. You gotta get it. You gotta get the whole punk culture. You gotta understand.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned
what's
that.
going on.
Okay.
He gets it. What's fucked up is that the punk culture is rejecting him. When it's fucked up because the entire punk culture is on the fringe, just do what we want, But they're, rejecting him, and I don't want to say if it's because he's a hip hop artist or whatever, but of any culture to reject someone, I would think the punk culture would be the last to reject somebody.
I agree. It seems like they're pretty liberal in who they let in.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about the culture, yeah.
Interesting. Do you think he's trying to be on some punk shit?
He is.
Oh, okay.
It's not him trying,
I'm
but
clearly
that's
not well-versed
that's
in
the
Playboy
narrative.
Cardi.
The narrative is he's trying. It's no, man. He's made a transition. This is his thing, and I fuck with it.
All right. Dope. What else are you listening to? You sent me another album this morning.
Cleo Soul. Oh, did I send you another one?
There was one. My sister really enjoyed. Alicia, she really enjoyed your Music Rex last episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's really into music. I wish she was here because she'd have some good ones. She's always on something new.
I don't recall. I gotta look through our thread, but I don't remember. I woke up listening to a lot of music this morning.
I really like to wear an album out. I will play Judgmental Sullivan for the next week until I learn every word, and then I'll move on. I have the way I focus on things. I do the same thing with music. I gotta learn it, or I got one playlist I like to listen to because I got my favorite songs, and then I'll find something when I get sick of them.
Yeah.
I've been just into old stuff, nostalgia, old Tony Braxton. Really into Tony lately. I don't know why, so I don't really have any recommendations except Jasmine Sullivan, but also tap into those old albums. I love the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Christina, actually, you've also been listening to the deluxe version of JoJo, and that's something I didn't know existed.
Yeah,
that
was really
pretty
good. It has 4 extra songs. They're really good.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the deluxe, the album as a concept?
I don't know. I never catch the deluxe because.
So Bryson Tiller dropped his deluxe album last year for Trap Soul.
I love Bryson Tiller.
How many years later? That was.
Trap Soul was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's a lot of years later.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many. at least 3.
Right. So, as an artist, I think it's just odd. I don't know why we don't just. A lot of artists don't just release a new EP. You know, call it an EP. Why attach it? But it's a way to get to build up those numbers on that album.
Got it.
Yeah. Rack up those numbers.
Okay.
On one album.
Why did he? Do you think that's why he did that?
Yeah.
I don't care why he did it. I love Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller is amazing. He's a GOAT.
I love Bryson Tiller. I could listen to him all day, every day. Well, I was gonna say one more album, but I guess I don't really have any much. I like to listen. A lot of my friends have put out music in the last couple of months, so I like listening to my friends' projects.
Yeah.
Like I said, Coat and Sweater is my favorite song to hype myself up to. My friend Cam put out a project this summer. I really love it. My friend Mark put out a project. Really love that. So I like to support my people. And it's really cool that my people make some of my favorite things. Like if they make clothes, if they make music, if they make furniture. I like to support what's going on, what my friends are doing. I think that's important, that you gotta fuck with your friends, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, who will?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all. How we feeling?
Feeling good.
I think something's happening with this camera.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Let's exit this out. Alright, y'all. It was nice chatting with you guys.
Great chatting with you all.
What is that? Let's do some takeaways real quick. Our life lessons. Keep your head down. Keep it moving. Cancel culture is not real, so stop it. Let's cancel culture. Men have value in your life, in my life. And athleisure is here to stay.
For sure.
All right. Thank you for sitting with us. We appreciate it. You can catch us on IG at Short But Not So Sweet. You can catch us on Twitter, SBNSS Pod. Hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. I will catch you next week. Bye.